Dad!
Yes, my dear ones. His ass is bulletproof. Okay. Anything else? Boston is beautiful. How many Bostonians are in the house? Wicked awesome. I just learned that one. And wicked pissa?
Yes.
Oh yeah, my
What?
new fave.
What's wicked pissa?
Wicked pissa?
What's that mean?
Evidently that's better than wicked awesome. That's like a step up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wait, somebody's calling me. Should we?
Yes.
We should, shouldn't we? You want to hear my honky-tonk friend?
Yes.
Well, hi, how are you? Good morning. I'm on stage at the Supernatural Convention. You want to give him a North Kakalaki hey?
I said hey, everybody.
This is my friend Claudia. Say hey, Claudia. Hey, Claudia. Good morning. I think we'll have to talk later. All right. Do you want to tell the Supernatural fans a fun secret about me? Diet Jones cream soda, yes. I'm addicted to that stuff. All right, Claudia, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Love you too, bye. All right, let's turn this thing off. Oops. So, I flew in last night and took a walk up the river. It was so pretty, and I was thinking that if you guys wanted to, we could go feed the ducks together.
Awesome.
Would you like it?
Yes.
I went and got some buns from Trader Joe's, and they're just dying to feed the ducks. So I might tweet later. How many T-Bugs are in the house? Oh, shivets. Wicked pissa. All right, well, let's start the Q&A. I'm going to start to the left, and talk to me.
I thought we'd start out a little bit easy. I noticed your hair is obviously much different from what we saw in Supernatural. How long have you had your short hair, and how do you like it?
I love it. I love it. It was a new moon. It was 8 o'clock at night, and I was hanging with one of my besties, EY, and I was like, man, I need to like take it off. You know that ritual, especially women understand this. There's this ritual of letting go of all this old energy and just welcoming the new, and the new moon is all about, for me, this one felt really potent, like it was a good time to start something fresh, and I had a lot of grief at that time. I just wanted to let it go and just open up. And so we called around, we found a barber shop that was open on Melrose. And I walked in there, and there's these 3 hot chicks with short hairdos, and they're all the barbers. And I was like, okay, I came to the right place. I said, take it off. You know, my hair's, down past my chest, and they're like, you sure about this? I don't know. I'm like, yeah. She's like, she didn't take a minute. I think this girl's like part-time dominatrix, because she went, bam, washed me up really quick, and then took my hair in the back, went snip, boom, it was gone. And immediately, I swear, I felt like, oh, I'm reborn. And things did shift. So yeah, I'm digging it. I don't know, where's my cute little blondie that asked big, right? Yeah, I really dig it. You like it? You like it?
Yeah, very cute.
Too. Thank you, it feels good, yeah. It feels good to like We could go get a haircut too, or a mani-pedi. I just want to do stuff now that we're here. Okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I asked Alona yesterday how she felt about the womanly presence on Supernatural and how they all meet their timely demise rather quickly. So I was wondering how you felt about that.
Well, I don't know if it's timely. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know, the women get knocked off so quickly. If they were knocked up, it'd be a whole other story. Yeah, when actually, Eric Kripke was kind enough to call me and give me the heads up. You know, I knew I was doing another episode, and so he called and he's like, look, you know, we love you, and because we love you so much, we're gonna kill you. And I was like, oh, that's great, okay, cool, thanks. And as soon as I hung up, I was just a teary mess. I felt so sad. I didn't want Pam to die. But, I didn't either. Aw, thanks. Yeah, you know, like, I would love, I'm saying, here's what I'm thinking. Spin-off. You know? Yeah. He's my neighbor, by the way. Yeah, Dr. Badass. Yeah, I would love to work with that guy. He's my brother. I totally dig him. I dig his gal. He's a super guy and a great actor. So we'll see.
And also, what's your favorite movie quote?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. There's so many to choose from. What's yours?
Anything from Heathers. I don't know if I can say that out loud. Did someone say it? Fuck me gently with chainsaw.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! You're such a soft-spoken person.
I'm from New York.
All right, New York, thank you. Oh man, I think there was a Mad Men quote. I put it on my Facebook page a while ago. It's something like, get down here and ravage me and leave me for dead. I get it. There's something about, you know, I don't know if there's that feeling like, I am not for abusing women, but there's something like a powerful energy in your lover, and you're like, are they gonna do me? Or are they gonna kill me? It's so bad. That's really, I'm twisted. Hi, good morning.
I have two questions.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be a long one. One is, I've been following the progress of Anadonia online, and how is that going? Did you start filming it, or?
Yes, we shot it. I produced my first short film called Anadonia. Yeah, thank you for asking about that. It's a big deal to me. This is in my hometown where I pretty much got my start as an actress. And Anadonia is a modern-day fairy tale, and it's the story of a woman who has lost her will to live. And her CEO of a father engages all the townspeople to win this $1 million by inspiring her to live again. And they have 2 minutes each. And so Dylan Patterson, the director and writer of this, wanted to explore all the ways in which, I mean, as many as you can in a short film, but many of the ways in which different communities and points of view and religious perspectives, to tantra guy, to like the druggie on the street, to anybody, you know, and how they would try to inspire someone to have the will to live. And it's very personal to me. I use this I raised money to help produce it, and I also wanted to give 10% to the Crises line in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I was able to bring them a nice, humble check. And this is the line that I called many, many years ago when I did not want to go on. So I've hit several dark places in my life, and it was really powerful to be miles away from the energy of anhedonia in my life today and go back and give back to the place that actually helped me in the middle of the night when I had no one to talk to. So thank you for asking about that. It's being manifest, and I hope it turns out all right. It's in post-production. I'll be starting another auction, I think on Monday. It costs a lot of money to make these things. They're very expensive. I'm glad I started with this short. My God, I'd be raising money till I have grandbabies. Did you have another question?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
We know that Pamela is hanging out with Ashes sometimes in heaven.
Yeah.
Who else do you think they hang out with, like either from the supernatural world or the real world?
I definitely think that they've done their rounds. I would hope that they would have. I can imagine like a little cat-mouse game with the trickster. Man, I love Richard Spade. Do you guys dig him? He's so funny. He's so funny. I mean, he could just sit there and look at you and you'd giggle. Yeah, and talk about a terrific character. I think they really, that character rocked for me. I mean, in terms of guest stars and recurring guest star roles, that's pretty badass. Aside from Bobby. I mean, come on, Jim Beaver. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love if they'd come down from heaven and play, play little ghostly jokes on. Some of the more OCD characters just kind of moving shit around. Yeah. Thank you. Hey.
Hi.
So, I really love Pam a lot, and basically, she's like the only, I don't know, for years she's been one of the only well-adjusted disabled characters that I've seen, and it was pretty amazing, and it's really rare. So I was wondering what you might have done to get into the right space for that once she was playing.
In terms of getting her grounded?
Yeah.
I'm a really grounded person. So much so that that's why I use yoga and drumming to kind of lift, because I feel so dense sometimes. It's just it's my nature. I don't know if it's because I got a lot of Capricorn in me, but I'm a goat. I'm just grounded. And so I actually have to do a lot of stuff to lift a little bit, kind of get the energy moving and more in the ascending motion. So it's kind of natural for me to go into that. Now I'm like part hermit, part social animal. I love people, but I really like my little nest, my tree house of an apartment, and I like my private time. So being Pamela rocks my socks off because I get to be fully, a badass, unapologetically, and it's inspiring for me to just tap into someone who freaking loves metal and loves to flirt and loves without any kind of shame or question. She just freaking does what she wants. You want to kiss somebody, she'll kiss them. You want to pinch a little booty, she'll pinch it. And that's kind of fun. In terms of becoming blind, that was really interesting. I knew because I'm a psychic, I would have a sense probably more than most. So what I did is I rehearsed with my eyes open, and then I rehearsed with my eyes closed before I put the polyamor eyes in. And that way I knew basic pacing of where things were and sensed, you know, certain things. And I also knew the expressions on the guys' faces. You know, you can kind of get the energy of what's going on with them so that I could play blind. I still miss my mark every damn time. I know you've probably seen this, but every time you're supposed to get your mark, and I'd walk up and they'd be like, no, no. It's over here. So, yeah, and then Julie, I guess she'd never seen, I never showed her the white eyes until we were actually filming. And so in the middle of filming, and I open my eyes on her, and she starts laughing, and all I can hear is this on the other side of the camera. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
Okay, good. Score. Let me take a sip of this. Maybe I'll get my motor running. Cheers. Cheers. So what else are we going to do today? We're going to take some pictures. Yeah? Feed the dogs. Mani-pedi. I don't know. Hey.
Hi.
I dig your hair. That's dope. Wicked.
Thank you. I like your hair too.
Thank you.
I was wondering, in heaven, Pamela said that she forgave Dean and all that stuff for.
Pamela said what?
That she forgave Dean for getting her killed because heaven was a better place and she was, you know, happier in heaven than she was on earth. Do you think that she also forgave Cass for blowing out her eyes?
Sure. I think they have some stuff to work out. Another episode, Eric Kripke.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you and Chad seem to get along really well on set.
I've seen you.
Yes, you have.
I've seen you a bunch.
I was wondering how long the shoot with Chad was when you guys were up in heaven, and if you have any, I'm sure there's pretty decent backstage stories for Mr. Lindbergh.
Oh, well, he has, I keep bugging him about this. He's got some photos that we took backstage. I think his sis was in town, actually. He brought his sis, and she was taking all these fun pictures. So ask him about the pool table photos. Yes. Yes, and we shot it in, actually it was just 2 days. It was 2 days, and Chad let the cat out of the bag. I did not. I kept it a secret. I wanted to surprise you guys. And so I was wearing a scarf, and I took a picture of him wearing it in the makeup chair. And I was gonna tweet it, but I thought it would give it away, but maybe I'll find that. It's darling. I mean, he looks like a little drag queen with his mullet. He's getting his mullet all coiffed, and my scarf, my rainbow scarf, it's like draped. It's fabulous, darling. Yes. You know, everybody has a good time on the set. I swear, I've worked on, you know, I've worked, and there are just different energies for different crews. And the Supernatural crew, I swear to you, is one of the best crews I've ever worked with. Everybody has such a good time. They respect each other. They know, you know, like when to play and have a good laugh, and also when to, you know, hush it down and keep it cool. So
You're not the first guest star to have said that about the family field.
Yeah, it's an amazing film family, yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much.
Sure, thank you. Hey, Dave.
My name is Alyssa.
Hello, Lisa.
Throughout your acting career, did you ever get to go out of state? And what did you see if you did it? Like which states and what did you get to see?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Gosh, there's... No, it's okay. I mean, I'm not a Californian, but I've lived there now. And I've, you know, Vancouver to, I think the furthest I went for an actual film was Panama. Yeah, we shot End of the Spear there. Do you guys know that? It's based on a true story of the Christian missionaries that went to Ecuador, and one of the native savage tribes actually speared this man's father to death. And he is now like a family member with this man. And it's just a story of forgiveness. And I actually met the savage tribe member and the man's son. And yeah, so I guess Panama would be the furthest. I mean, I've traveled a few places, you know, Turkey and Europe and what have you, and I've done some theater, but I actually have never shot a film in Europe, which I would love to do. Yeah. A lot of states, though.
I heard those countries are really pretty around there. Did you get to see a lot?
I did, yeah, yeah.
What did you see? I heard they're like really pretty countries.
They're gorgeous. I love railroad tracks. There's something really romantic about seeing railroad tracks. I keep thinking that Paul Simon. Everybody loves the sound of the train in the distance. Everybody thinks it's true. It just makes me think about like longing, love, going someplace and writing poetry and love songs and love letters and yeah. So anytime if I can hop on a train, which I did a lot in Europe, or just take a walk along the railroad tracks, which they've got by the ducks. I know. Am I disappointing you? I'm so not a badass. I can be if I have to, but I really don't want to. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I like animals 3. Yeah.
I volunteer at a pet store, or sometimes when I have time.
That's great.
Sometimes because I like to help out with taking care of the animals.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm in college for acting and singing, so I don't get much time.
I know. It's hard work, isn't it? Yeah.
When I do, I like to help out with the animals.
That's great. There's a lot of shelters that could use your help too. These dogs will stay in these cages for so long, and so if you can go and just walk them, it's heartbreaking, but when you go, you get so much out of it. There's just nothing like being there for the little creatures and giving them a chance to be touched. You know, I think, especially in Los Angeles, I don't know about you guys, but I'll go days. Well, this was before my dear one, but I'll go days without being hugged. You know, I mean, days, weeks without touch. And I think all of us, we're animals. We need touch, we need movement. It's so good for us, so yeah.
I've even donated to fundraisers.
Good.
Like this, at the beginning of the summer, I went to this fundraiser for this little 4-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
She has a really bad cancer. So,
Nice.
my dad helped me out with it, but to get the money, my dad donated $100.
You're an example of exactly what we get to be.
She's only 4 and she's receiving cancer.
I totally get it.
Understand what's going on.
Yeah. It is sad. I understand that. I really do. I have had some family members pass away from cancer. It's not a pretty thing to witness. But we get to help as best we can, and we're alive, and we're going to feel the preciousness of the ups and downs of it, you know? Right on. I'm glad. Speaking of fundraisers, I will be, I'll be doing another auction to raise some money for the post-production of Anadonia and a web series I'm working on. And I'm trying to, there's one item, the rainbow socks and a personal letter is going to be reposted at the request of the original winner. She wanted it to go towards a specific association that helps with child abuse. but I think I want to focus my the rest of the charity towards Sarah. Have you guys seen on the Facebook page? I don't know if you are on the fan page. It's been posted about Sarah, and it's an organization that helps with rescued animals and making sure that they get homes and all the food and the help that they need. So that's probably where I'm going to go next. I'm going to let the next person go out. Nice to meet you. Hi.
Hi. Actually, one of the questions I was going to ask was about the auction, because you said you were going to auction again.
Yes.
And so you yourself put up an auction, or you have somebody doing the auction for you? And what type
It's
of
me.
things go
I'm
on?
putting it up myself. Yeah, I've been auctioning off, you know, a Skype conversation, which is super fun. And if I'm traveling, I'll do a letter a day while I'm away, which is really, I write very personal letters. I love writing letters. It's I don't know, it's one of the most romantic things I think I can do as a person. It's just powerful. And then just a handful of things, whether it's television memorabilia, TV memorabilia, whatever I can, just to raise money and put it back into a fund. I've divvied it out so that some of it goes to post-production for Anne Hedonia, some of it goes to a charity, and some of it goes to pre-production for the web series that I'm working on. So,
Well, I just got onto your Twitter recently when
Yeah.
Jared signed on, and so you put it out on Twitter, you know, go to here or there. Is
Yeah.
that what the algorithm
I
does?
sure do. I have a fan page, and it's linked to my Twitter, so anything that goes up on the fan page goes up on Groove Goddess, and it'll all the links will be there, and you're welcome to join in on the fun.
Okay, I just wanted to check on that.
Yeah, thank you.
I got it recently, I missed it, and because I
Oh,
don't check continuously, I just check occasionally.
gotcha.
Okay.
How do you do that? I'm so addicted.
I do computers all day long, and so then when I get home, sometimes I obsess, and sometimes I don't. As soon as I get a new spoiler, then I go searching everywhere to see
Ah.
what
So maybe I should create a spoiler.
Get inside information anytime.
Okay. Really? Because a lot of
You should
people are
auction
like,
off the
spoiler.
auction off the information. That would be.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Inside information only for me, very valuable.
Oh my gosh. I'm thinking some fun, wicked stuff now. Okay. Hi. What happened to you?
I separated my shoulder.
You separated it.
Yeah.
You guys weren't getting along.
But my question was, what did you find the biggest difference between acting and producing? And which one did you find more challenging?
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great question. Producing, you know, you're dealing with money, you're dealing with cast, you're working on, basically you're creating this whole thing and making sure it manifests. So it was tricky because I play Anadonia in the film. So when you're acting and you're producing, it's like you take one hat off and you put on the other. When I got there, we had, you know, other producers that took over so that I could focus. No, because I'm going to some kind of shadowy places as this character. I knew that I couldn't be worried about, is so-and-so getting their paycheck for doing catering, or do we have enough food for tomorrow? You know, basically producing's like the mama and the papa. They're just making sure that you're fed, the times are kept, the budget's kept, the cast has arrived, that everything's working and running smoothly. And then acting is obviously a whole other ballgame. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Okay, hi.
Hi. I want to go back to Supernatural for a minute, and I want to ask you.
Me too.
Yeah. I want to ask you why Pam told Dean in heaven, and then she got shot when she was stabbed.
I know what you're talking about, and I think it's just the way in which the writers phrased it. it's remember that shot. Remember, I can't explain. I have to go back to the episode, but I asked about that, and it's not. What does she say? Like,
Remember my death scene where I got shot?
do I say, remember my death scene when I got shot? That's what the one they used? Really?
I thought it was gut shot.
Gut shot. Yeah. It was gut shot. That's it. It was a phrase. Yeah. By gut shot.
Okay, gut shot. Want me to reenact it? It was a great death scene.
Yeah. I thought it sucked.
The fact that he died, yes,
That's
really, really sucked. But as far as the death scenes go for that show, it was one of the better ones.
I absolutely agree. I thought Alona Todd's was really powerful,
Yes.
didn't you? Yeah, like that was the one that actually got me the most. And also just I was very touched that they were able to pull off honoring Kim Manners at the end of the episode. And that really, that touched me because Kim was my first director on Supernatural, and he was like the papa on the set. You could tell he had done so many episodes, and he had such a rapport with the guys. It was very, as it's been said, it's very much like a sense of family. Like you've just fallen into this puppy box of people. You're just cozy together. You can take a nap together, have a bite, clean each other up. I was definitely sad to see Pamela go, and was really, really moved by the segue into saying, love you, Kim Manners. So yeah. Is that cleared up?
Yes.
All right, good.
I do have two other questions.
Oh.
Do you think there was anything ever between Pam and Bobby?
Maybe not between Pam and Bobby.
Traci and Jim.
And the other one was, who do you think Jesse is, and why didn't it last forever?
Jesse Jackass. Jesse Jackass. That was one of the things I would love. It's almost like I don't want to say it because I'm still wishing it for this, if they ever went into or took the time to go into some of the side characters, some of the guest stars that recurred, going into their little backstories. But I definitely think Jesse, in my mind, the way I created it was a jackass. But I have I have some ideas, but I don't want to tell you, so I'll keep it secret. Maybe I'll auction it off. All right. Thank you. Hi.
I'm Stephanie, and I just have to ask you your experience in Turkey and Turkish, the cuisine, the sites.
What do you want to know about
What was
Turkey?
What's your favorite stuff from Turkey, and where have you been in Turkey?
I went to Izmir and Istanbul and Cappadocia and let's see, where else did I go?
You went all over.
Yeah, I really did. Did you live in Turkey for many years?
I live in Turkey. I go to school here.
Did you come here? Oh, okay, you in Boston?
Yeah, I
Wow.
go to Italy, but I do live in Turkey.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I love Rumi, Jalaluddin Rumi. I'm so touched by that poetry, and so I found a group of Sufis in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and would go to to soft bet. And basically, Zickers and soft bet it's like your church, basically. I grew up Southern Baptist, so I'm all about, just singing and playing in the bell choir. Like all the bells. I played those. So soft bet it's spiritual discourse, where you have someone who's maybe cooked a little bit more in the wisdom stew, right? And you sit and you just discuss ideas of how can I love more? How can I contribute more to life? How can I, look you in the eye and be a person of absolute total integrity and love? And that, so there's that. And then Zicker is music. You use music to raise your state of isness. And you all know, like when you hear music that really gets you in this space of like pure radiance, that's what we do. So I started doing this and then, identified as a Sufi for that phase in my life. And I went to Turkey with them because my Baba, my teacher, his Baba passed away. So we went to Turkey and we helped them celebrate and grieve the loss of his life. And I didn't speak very much Turkish, and a lot of people didn't, but they all lined up. We got out of the bus and they all lined up, and we went down the line of each person, looked them in the eyes, bowed to them, kiss our hand, place it to our heart, bow to them in honor of their teacher and what they're going through, and then hug them. And all the way through, and it was amazing to have that connection with people you've never met, but feel so much love for them. And so yeah, we traveled, we went to, Rumi's, I want to say Durga, Rumi's, like the palace in which he's buried, so-called. Yeah, do you know the name of it? No? Are we talking about the same place? or Shams of Tabriz. I went to that particular facility and prayed there with them. So yeah, lots of fun places. Cappadocia was cool. It's like all these sand castles, and people live in them, and they have cable. They're cones. They're like these giant. What's that?
One of the 7 wonders of the world.
It's
Wonders of the world.
Yeah. Yes. It's giant sand castles. You can go up and like scratch a quarter on it, and the house starts to peel away. Like I have some. Is that bad?
I won't tell you.
Okay, good. I just told all of you. I have some of the 7 wonders of the world in my little cup. But they seriously do, you go inside these caves and you walk in and it's really dark, but then they've got, carpets and coffee makers and sometimes a swimming pool. It's odd. It's very weird. Yeah, Turkey. Alhamdulillah. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. You mentioned you did some theater work earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, what do you prefer more, working in the theater or working for a camera?
Both. And I need both. Yeah, there's something so different. Like you can feel this energy when you're standing and you have the audience. There's this reciprocation, and it's really powerful. So I joined the Actors Gang, which is Tim Robbins' theater group, theater company in Los Angeles, and then I also pursue work in film and television and web series. I think that's a really fun venue too, because more people can access it. So yeah, all of it. It feeds me. There's just different energy. Like there's something really fast-paced and keeps you on your toes in television. It's so quick. I mean, it's just incredibly fast. And then film, it's like the close-up. The whole process is slower. It's about stillness. It's about layering or the unraveling of the story. So each one has its own energy, and I like all of it. I want it all.
And also, can you recommend any places online to find like somewhere reliable to go for like an audition into acting or something? Because I'm a little bit paranoid of getting caught in like a scheme or something.
Well, don't go to Craigslist. Actors Access. ActorsAccess.com.
All right.
And they will sign up there and do some community theater. Get a coach, do it all. Study every possible thing you can. Study the things that you love. You know, Rumi says, let the beauty we love be what we do. So if there's a certain language or a certain style, just go for it. Lean into it, as I like to say.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Rocking the short hair.
Thank you. Wicked pissa, right?
Short hair. Awesome. Comment and a question.
Okay.
The comment is that you do have to come back as a ghost and be invisible so that we have some really deep, serious scene between Sam and Dean where there's a real brother moment and then you squeeze Sam's butt.
Do I have to?
Force yourself on it.
Okay.
My question is, if Pamela was that good of a psychic, shouldn't she have seen all that crap?
Hell yeah. I mean, you know, I think some of the best stories are situations where we fail. One of the things that makes, if you want to find the funny, you know, if you want to study the clown, you study tragedy. And that's what's great about Supernatural. They're always screwing up. And every time Pamela comes on, she gets her eyes burned out. She gets a gut shot. You know, like that's the thing. It's like, you know, or, you know, it's just constant.
I was like, okay, she kind of sucked at the psychic. She was getting stabbed. The burning out the eyes, I was like, okay, maybe you could miss that.
Yeah.
Like, getting stabbed in the stomach, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe you can do the line of work. Oh, well, never mind, you're dead now.
Yeah, well, too late.
Thank you so much.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the thing is, with psychics, there's different kinds too. You've got, some psychics can tell energy or can tell where something's been or stories around a piece of jewelry or some fabric. And then you've got others who are more ESP and through like the frontal lobe, they get an intuitive impulse. And it's like, oh, this is gonna happen, you know? And there's so many different ways in which the consciousness comes through a psychic. And I think, honestly, all of us are psychic. I think we all have the ability, and sometimes we rely so much on, you know, technical toys to tell us. But, you know, I know you've had that thought, like, of someone, and then suddenly they call you, or you hear news about them, or, you know, like, I think we're more tapped in than we give ourselves credit for, or allow ourselves to access. And the more we, you know, take care of our instruments, the more readily available we are to those bits of information. I don't know, am I wrong?
No.
Am I preaching? Ew. Okay. Hi.
We know that Pam's lifestyle, and you mentioned something about music being spiritually listening. What kind of music do you like?
Oh, I like, what kind of music do I like is what she asked. So I like so much music. My iPod is, I need a new iPod. I need a new iPod. I love, you know, I love the old school stuff like Nina Simone and Joni Mitchell. Yeah, the romantic in me really loves that stuff. But I also, I can get into Martin Sexton and, you know, just any old school Zeppelin. Yeah. Communication breakdown. Yeah, so I dig it. Mama Di Keita, I'll listen to like polyrhythms on world music. I'm really really into world music. I was just talking the VIP meet and greet how much I really want to go to Morocco. They have this sacred world music festival every year, and all these musicians from all over the world get together, and they bring their highest, most spiritual music, and so it's back to back this stuff. Can you imagine? We'd be all just floating around, listening to the music. It'd be rocking. How about you? What's your fave?
I kind of like music that you use in movies, kind of like scores and stuff.
Oh, scores. I love the Fur soundtrack. It's so eerie and interesting. You guys like that movie, Fur? Yeah. It's about Dion Arbus. Oh. And Robert Downey Jr., there's something hot about that werewolf thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just wondering if you could portray anyone, living or dead, real or imagined, who would it be and why?
Okay, I totally should have been Spock's mom. I should have been Spock's mom. You know? Move over, Winona Ryder. Look at these eyebrows. I mean, and these are coiffed. I have my own eyebrow brush. So there's that. And I wanted to play Wonder Woman. And I still do, but I'll just do it in my own life. And when I read the script, I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do as Wonder Woman. I just love the idea. I'm in my late 30s, and I love the idea of this American hero as someone who is not necessarily a teeny bopper. I wanted to see her since she's gone away. Let's see the fact that she'd gone away and been away a bit, and that she got she got enmeshed in the American life, and to see her like almost stumble her way back into her power, kind of like the story of a lot of men and women. Like we lose our way, we get lost, we get enmeshed in life, and then we have to find our way back into like, well, what lights me up? What gets me into the best like shape to be of service to the world? And I wanted to like go on that journey, and show off my biceps. Hey. Yeah. But I will find a way to manifest some kind of funky superhero. There is a little iron in the fire for a comic book character, so we'll see if it manifests. I'd love to share it with you guys. I think I'm totally in love with sci-fi, so if there's some way that I can stay in this badass genre, I'm gonna do it. That's for sure. Woo! Yeah. Thanks. Hi.
Hi, Tracy. My name's May.
Hey, May.
As a fellow Capricorn, your energy is inspiring. I love reading your tweets.
Thanks.
It's like, every day you just get up and you go. You also seem to be very sensitive to energies.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any experiences with ghosts or anything of the supernatural, I guess you would say?
Yeah, tons of them. Have you guys? Yeah. I'm pretty much just piggybacking off the same thing that I said. I really feel like we're energetic vessels. I mean, we are. We're like, this is skin, but it's also molecular. It's a molecular dance, and it's a dance that vibrates to the point where it gives me this color and these veins and this muscular structure, and yet I am you. You know what I mean? Like, my voice is actually energy dancing inside your ear, beating on your eardrum right now. So we're like, you're breathing my breath right now. We're whether you like it or not. So when I'm tapped in, you know, and my breath is full and I'm taking care of myself and I'm open, I do I sense things, you know, like I'm aware that this guy's texting and I'm aware over here, I see the yawn. Like when I'm tapped in, I really feel wiping the nose. It's like I totally can feel the energy of a room. I can feel the tiredness in the body. Thank you. 5. In the body of the tone of the room. You know what I mean? And you can too, like all of us, we can. And then like on a more creepy level, can we get creepier than that? When I'm drumming sometimes, I can see in the peripheral spirits. And sometimes I call upon them, and one time, it was before I got sober, I was pretty lit, and I was drumming, and I think I might have called like a weird energy, and it scared the shit out of me. So, you know, yeah, I've had that, and I've also had a lot of, like, I'm more of I'll get an impulse, like an instinctive knowing that something's about to happen, and then it does. So that's kind of the way it works through me. How about you? I'm curious. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I've read a lot of books, and like as a Capricorn, I don't know if it's because of the Capricorn, but
The sensitivity of the
and I think sometimes we're more aware of it than others, and sometimes get blocked, you know, bad energies. But
yeah.
a few experiences with those the crap out of me.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. So.
It is. It is. I think there's protection decrees and all kinds of stuff. I use, you know, many different modalities to, yeah, just protect the self, the so-called self, the little self, and strengthen it so that I can, you know, always look you in the eye and participate and give. Yeah. Yeah. So nice to meet you. Hi.
I'm just curious, like with all the places that you travel, is there any places that you would love to return to?
Well, as soon as you said love to, and I didn't know you were going to say return, but one place I haven't gone is Bali. And I so want to go to Bali. I want to be half naked. And yeah, pretty much just half naked in Bali. Is that okay? Want to go? We can be ducks. I really want to go back to Paris. I loved it there. The fans are so passionate in Paris, and I think I don't know. It was a small group like this, smaller. Like some of the conventions are really, really huge. I think the one in the UK was huge, but Paris, it was like this. It was in this old theater, and they were so like on the edge of their seat, wanting to share and learn, and there's something, you know, the way in which they carry themselves. It was just really fascinating to see Parisian supernatural things. So I love that. I'd love to go back to Italy. Actually, I'm going to Italy, and I'll be meeting with some of the supernatural fans there this month, and just for like a small soiree, and Brazil. I'm gonna go to Brazil and Spain. Okay, now you've opened Pandora's travel box. But half naked in Bali is on the top of my list. How about that? How about you?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Ooh, is there a supernatural convention in New Zealand?
Australia.
There should be. And we should do it in a spa. Like all in a steam bath, just talking about ghosts. That would be so fun!